What's up, guys? Ronin Man here and a crew. Everybody say hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. Hello. Dave.
Hello.
Hey. Come on up. Come on up. Here. Come on
Wakey,
here.
hands off snaky.
That's right. That's what my friend always says in Hong Kong every single time. Wakey, wakey, hands off, snaky.
Well, that's why I'm staying off camera.
That's right. What's
2
that?
hours deep into work, so
Yeah.
no time
Fucking.
for that.
Yesterday was
I'm
my.
2 hours deep into work, so no time for that.
Oh shit! Oh, you're working. Damn, son. What the hell's that?
Putting deals together.
All right. All
Putting
right.
good deals together, man. Not complaining.
Making some money. All right.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, today the topic is.
And I'm gonna start. Go ahead.
No good, sir. What? What were we gonna say?
Oh, I was just saying I've been talking to my broker and I'm talking to my stockbroker, and I'm going to start investing in Bitcoin ETS.
Ah, okay.
Because I think they're going to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very likely, right?
Yeah.
It's a tough one. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's getting
Gotta
in.
ramp it up.
Everybody wants in, right?
Everybody's getting in now. Yeah.
You know, we said, but when it was $200, all my friends were saying Bitcoin's going to be $1 million. You know,
I mean, that's how.
it's already 100 grand.
I mean, that's how I made all my money for living for like.
I agree.
For at least 2 years.
Come on, because the microphone's weak. Yeah,
Oh.
come on. Yeah. You got to kind of get up close to it. Otherwise, it doesn't really pick up your voice. If you like lay there
Okay.
and then just put your mouth that way they can hear you.
So you really want me to lay on your bed and put my mouth how?
Yeah, so fucking today we're talking about Cambodia versus Thailand. You know, I have been pretty sold on Thailand for a long time. And I still think Thailand is, just to give away my basic kind of viewpoint, I still think Thailand is the best, but I think that Cambodia is the best, like the combination of, you surf and then you climb mountains, right? You know what I mean? You work and then you fuck chicks, right? And then you travel and then you eat, right? You need two things, you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Like work hard,
Yeah.
play hard.
Right.
Two things, kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, you need two, right? Two-headed
two.
snake, right? And the thing with Thailand, in every country, is they change their visa policies and they fuck around sometimes. And Cambodia has a lot to offer right now. I'm not talking before. And I didn't expect this. I thought when I got here, because we came here, me and Dave came here like 2000 or 90s or whatever it was.
2000.
And
2000.
And it was like, fuck, at that time, like dirt roads, right? Dirt roads.
It had its charms.
It did. It had its beautiful charms. It had the most gorgeous women, just endless supply of sweetie pies smiling.
Yeah.
Just endless.
Still do, but it was just like crazy back then.
It was
Yeah.
it was the ultimate arbitrage of life.
Yeah.
There was nothing like it. Like I never saw anything like it.
I've never seen anything like it either.
No. There was nothing like that hot, that tight of pussies, that innocent, that grateful, that cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable. Like the combination was just unreal. It was otherworldly. But right now,
But it was also dangerous. But partly, I mean, there weren't a lot. But anyway, that was back then. So
yeah, there was danger back then. And the thing is people will tell you, that's partly I want to update you guys on Cambodia too, because people will tell you that Cambodia is very dangerous, and it might be somebody who is quite experienced with Cambodia who will tell you that, and then you'll think, well, shit, this guy's been there a long time, right? But that's one of the problems with people who've been here a long time or anywhere a long time. Is they get stuck in their ways and they see things the old way. Like when I was in when I was in New York, during coronavirus, for a year I was there, right, working on my court case. And the neighborhood, like the people in the neighborhood, I would always be hanging out, talking to them. and I shoveling snow and trying to be a good neighbor, right?
Right.
And they would come by and they would say, hey, it used to be very dangerous here doing that. It used to be dangerous. It used to be this. They always come up to me.
Yeah.
Whenever they were friendly, they would say, just like yesterday kind of thing, right?
Right.
And then it was just like all of a sudden it wasn't.
And that was the time.
Wasn't dangerous.
That was the time to buy.
Yeah.
It's like Lower East Side.
Yeah.
Now it's all expensive.
Fuck yeah. Oh man. And Chime nailed it, right? Like got in right at the sweet time when there was still crime. There was dangerous.
Right.
All of a sudden it was like, I don't know what you call it. It was totally safe. Like there was a few people around at night that didn't seem that safe, but I walked so much in New York that I got frostbite on my toes. You know what I mean? Like that's how far I walked. Like I walked like 10 hours a day through the worst parts of town, like literally the worst parts.
New York's not well, it wasn't dangerous then.
I've heard it's dangerous again.
I've heard it. Well,
because all the migrants,
Yeah, I'm not really sure how much that is true, actually.
No, they're under the bridge below Chime Time's house.
Okay.
When you go down to the water towards the Japan Center?
Where we used to park the car.
Yeah, under there. That's where they were all living for
Oh,
a
really?
while. Yeah, and it was like not safe down there. Under that, right near his house, too.
Right.
Because I heard from somebody who was there.
Yeah, when things start to become unsafe again, it always starts under the bridge.
It seemed dangerous,
Something about it always attracts trolls.
Right.
There's always like, you clear out the trolls, and then the trolls always come back under the bridge first.
NPCs.
The
NPCs return.
Right.
Yeah. No, but like right now, Cambodia, I'll just give you guys a kind of my take. Everybody warns me about danger. So last night, I was driving back I went downtown with a friend of mine. He was out whoring all night. He had a great time. He was just like getting wasted and just screwing endless whores and going to clubs. And so I left. Actually, that was the night before. But anyway, it was down. It was going down. And I was down there. And like, you walk down the street. It's kind of like Soy 6, in Pattaya. You walk down. All the girls are just grabbing you, yelling at you, But the difference is here is the girls are young. We're not talking some old ladies like you get in Thailand. These are youngsters and they're cute. And you're like thinking, oh, fuck, maybe I should stop by this place, have a Diet Coke or something, right? So it's for me, I have no interest in what's going on in Thailand as far as girls go. But in Cambodia, I'm constantly thinking, fuck, I would do that one.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, right? This is like straight up truth.
That says a lot.
Right.
That says a lot.
Right.
Right. It's like, it's constant too. Like I'll go buy fish and then the girl's like so friendly. Like you can just tell she wants to be my girlfriend. Right. And she's like,
they're friendlier here.
Yeah.
And there's more of them now that speak English. Like there's a little bit more English, like basic English.
Right.
Like enough English, like kind of enough to be like, hi, what's your name?
Right.
Who are you? Where you come? And
Right.
it's like, and it's not going to get very complicated.
Yeah, and they're skinny with like these racks that are like bulging up, right? Kind of like rockets, They got better boobs than other countries in Asia, I think.
Yeah, they got full racks.
We're talking like rail thin skinny with the rack sticking out.
Yep.
Not bad.
And some of them are like pretty sincere. I mean, I hear Thailand, it's like expensive now.
Yeah, Thailand's crazy.
You're paying like $100 for an old lady, right?
Yeah, guys are literally paying salaries to women in Thailand just to be their girlfriend. I mean, guys, I know, like it's like a common thing. You have to do it.
Professional girlfriend, you mean?
It's not. There's not even any word for it. It's just so common now that the girls want 30,000 baht a month to be your girlfriend.
That's called a professional girlfriend. That's like a job here too, but it's like less expensive.
Right. No, in Thailand, like if you don't pay, you're basically not going to bone her more than once. I mean, like she's going to, not that you wouldn't want to, but most guys, they want kind of a girl, right? And they end up paying them salaries. That's what happens in
They're
Thailand.
professional girlfriends. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
GFE, right? Girlfriend experience, right?
Right. But that's like a real thing. Like they're
Right.
paying for the. It's a girlfriend. Yeah. I mean, some of them could be some of them could also be kind of real girlfriends because some of them are poor. It's like taking a girl and you're not paying her for like. She's not exactly a hooker because it's not like she's getting paid and going back into the pond or back
Right.
into the back into the bar. It's like she's just yours supposedly, but then again, those are some of the. But the thing is, like some of those professional girlfriends could also be some of the best hooker. Like some of them are still hooking.
Yeah, I avoid
some of
all
them.
that stuff. I avoid.
Yeah,
I've found that there's more regular girls in Cambodia
Right.
who are interested. They're working in the bakery. They're working, selling tickets. They're riding a bike next to you, and they love America and they want to meet you, and they're
Well, that's another
think
big.
you're handsome,
Right.
and they're ready. They're down, like they're so 100% down. Like we were, we were in the gas station. We were taking a trip to Sanookville the other day, right? And so we stopped at this like a rest area, and I went in to get some Chinese food, and the girl was so into me. She like ran across. Like I think she was in another section, like she was cooking or something. But she came out to like help me with God knows what, and she was just like, "Where are you from?" Like, and she was cute, and she was like all over me, like literally all over me. And I was like, wow, the guys that work here are gonna hate you.
And then you passed her off to me.
Well, that's what I did. I just wanted to show Dave. So Dave was outside. So I said, "Hey, Dave, you got to come in here and say hi to that girl down there." And so he did. And then what did she do?
like grabbing me and shit.
Yeah. She was just like down for the.
I know. Like we could have said, like, quit your job now, come with us.
Well, that's what I do. So when I have a girl like that, when a girl's that hot into it, that's what I do. I just tell them, hey, just leave your job, fuck your job, get in the car, and girls do it. Like even in California, like if you got a girl like that, just don't wait any time. I just say, fuck, get in the car, let's go have fun, and the girls are like, fuck this job, and they throw their hat on the ground or whatever, and they come right because they can get the job again, right? But that was the kind of girl it was, and she was sweet, right? And she was looking for a foreign boyfriend, and there's no question she wanted. Me or Dave, didn't matter, one of us, and she had a great attitude. Like I never, ever will see that in Thailand anymore. Never. You guys don't even know. Like it's so different. The experience with girls here is very different.
And the Cambodians, they're less, they're less racist. Like, cause the Thais, the Thais don't really, they're racist. They don't really, maybe not all of them, but they don't really like, they don't like foreigners, any foreigners.
Right.
They don't like anybody.
Yeah.
And they're racist. They think aren't they taught in school like that they're kind of like a superior?
I
Isn't
don't
like superiority like taught in their education system.
I know one of my friends who grew up during the war in Japan. They used to teach them that in school.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they taught it in Thai schools.
That's what. Well, I've heard that. I've heard like that. That's kind of.
That's how I feel.
They're kind of they're not inoculated, inculcated, or what's the word?
Yeah. Whatever. Brainwash. Yeah.
Whatever the word is. Like they're taught that. So racism is kind of like racism is taught.
The thing is, I don't want to bag on Thailand too much, but I want to say this.
Some of them are sweet and nice. I'm just saying, like in Cambodia, it's like they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" And you're like, America, like, "Oh, that's so great." Like they don't know anything about America dropping bombs on them at all. So they're not really, or that seems like so long ago. But like they love Americans, and I don't think you can really say that of Thai people.
And I would say also, like I was downtown last night, where all the Nigels are. We call them, for you guys that don't know the vocabulary, like 3-inchers, like a jealous, backstabbing guy, right? And then Nigel's like a sex tourist in Asia, right? So I was in the
You should publish a glossary.
True.
Of Nigel.
Yeah.
You know, like
they're perfect names. Like once you start hearing
you know, does everybody know what like a trolley chiseler is? Right? You should publish a
trolley chiseler. Yeah.
You got to publish a glossary of terms.
Yeah, that's a guy who had his legs blown off, during the war, the landmines, and then he's like just a really rough beggar. There's a lot of them. Yeah, there's trolley chiselers, and there was a water chiseler.
There's a water chiseler the other day. He lost his land trolley, and they put him in the water. He was begging by the boats. He was
floating next to our boat,
floating next to the boat.
You got to be here to understand. We're not putting these guys down it's like.
He was so pathetic, you didn't even know he was a beggar. You're locking eyes with him the whole time, fascinated.
Yeah, well, I thought
we're all don't look at him.
I thought he was cleaning the barnacles off the bottom of the boat.
You thought he was you thought he was there for the barnacles, but he was a chiseler in the water.
He was a chiseler waiting for men.
And you just broke his heart, man.
Yeah.
This guy
I stared him down. But I thought he was working.
Guy has no sympathy at all.
I thought he was the most inefficient worker on the planet.
Smiling. You're just looking at him smiling. He's dude, I'm a chiseler. And you're just looking right through him.
I'm a water chiseler. Yeah, I'd never seen a water chiseler before, so I was I was a little bit.
It was the first time.
Taken aback,
Right.
But yeah, so you got things that Let's see, where were we at there? So, I think here's the thing is to think about for guys, is you might think a lot of things about your life, right? You think, oh, I don't want a girlfriend, or I want a girl, I don't. You have all these ideas of what you think you want, but when you come to places like Cambodia, you're going to feel differently because of the people are different.
Right.
And you're going to never imagine that could happen. So you're going to think, well, I would never, But the thing is when things are...
You can fall in love. It can happen.
Shit, well, but just but not even just that. For example, walking around town, having girls be friendly to you, really friendly all day. Just sweetie pies, stopping their bikes and fluttering their eyes and stuff. It is a nice thing. Awesome. And when you're in a country where you just got mean hippos everywhere, it is just a totally different, kind of day for you. It's like being in a high crime area. You might not get robbed, but you're on alert.
Right. It's
all the time.
It's like Bambi versus a water buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you really want?
Right. Yeah, there's Bambi all over the place in Cambodia. That's a thing. That's what I'll say. And when we were here before, it wasn't like that. It was you had kind of very, very traumatized peasants from the old days in Cambodia, from the massacre.
It was almost too conservative.
The 70s, yeah.
Yeah, it was
it was
the only really long time ago. It was a little bit hard to meet real girls.
Yeah.
Well, the real ones they were in bars, so it was kind of epic years ago because there'd be total sweetie pies in the bars because they had no.
Right. So, yeah. You had it was kind of. It's not even worth explaining because guys won't understand. But it was just you had millions of girls in the countryside who were rail thin and hot. And tiny little boxes. That's one thing about Cambodia. That it's small boxes, right? So,
yeah, the rack.
Just genetically, tight boxes.
The rack to box ratio is.
That's what it is. Rack to box. The rack to box is solid here.
The rack to box ratio.
That ratio is affects you as a man. When you look at it, you see boobies.
It's
nice racer nipples up
an
there,
undeniable truth.
And then just tiny box, wet, tight box with no hair,
a huge rack.
Yeah, kind of hairless is kind of normal hair, right? So it's pretty common, right? So you have less hair in Southeast Asia than you do in other countries, right?
Right. Even
in Japan, you had a mix of the Ainu and the Chinese and the Malaysians.
You could run into some big hair pie in Japan.
Yeah. Here you don't. Here it's a lot less. it's like a puff of hair that easily is whoosh, gone.
In Japan, that hair can run right back up their ass, actually.
And the little peach, like if you guys haven't seen my video, look, what is it? Searching for the best pussy. That is really a good video. Actually, that's an important video. It's a good video to watch because you realize that. Well, watch the video, but here I would say you're up towards the peak of like nice, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like sweet fucking.
Arguably, geographically, arguably, Vietnam gets even better.
Vietnam is good. Yeah.
Vietnam is also
and
very
and
good for
and,
that.
and,
But-
and also
but the
Burma.
But the problem is with Vietnam is that the girls get a little bit more evil.
Yeah, Vietnam is not my thing. I'm
You
not
have to be
pro on
careful.
Vietnam. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean the girls are smoking hot.
Well, no, there's pretty girls. I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm more concerned with the way they make me feel and the way they treat
Oh yeah,
me.
I wouldn't trust
Yeah.
one as far as I could throw her.
Yeah.
You know?
I just haven't.
Still
I don't
pretty
find
far,
them.
but
I don't find them that nice. You know what I mean?
no, they're not. No, they're. You have to be careful.
It-
I mean, Vietnam is the thing is you can meet Vietnam girls here.
Yeah, yeah,
and they're
There's a Vietnam Cambodian
yeah. No, there's a lot here.
mix kind of
Yeah, they
common
mix,
here.
They mix here,
So,
so you can get
if you like Vietnam look, you can get it in Cambodia.
Yes, and there's a lot of Cambodians from Vietnam, so there's a whole. It mixes here, so it's easier to get Vietnam girls in Cambodia than it is Vietnam girls in Thailand. Obviously, anyway, they're they're top notch. You know, like if you're like a for like a hardcore
Looks
for like,
wise, yeah.
for a full monger who's
Yeah.
just like out for like that it's top notch. It just is.
Yeah.
And like so there'll be a lot of guys here that will only exclusively be taking Vietnam girls over Khmer girls, but they're evil. Like kind of like you're not going to really want, not all of them, but it's just kind of like they're not going to be as sincere and sweet.
Right.
So,
I guess, I know a lot of guys are going to think this is like generalizations, but, truthfully,
well, you have to work.
Generalizations are what help us understand the world, right?
Right.
Generally, a Marine is going to be a certain kind of person, right? Generally, an accountant is going to be a certain kind of person, right? Like generally, like people choose things because it fits them, right? Kind of thing, right? Like generally, like these rules are, they're just. It's funny, but like society is on this push to make us not make these rules about humans. We're allowed to make them about the desert, like it's hot, right? We're allowed to do that, right? It's generally hot, but it's not always hot, right? If you know anything,
right. So it's okay to say like those people are generally evil.
Yeah, like you generally get a more evil. Now I don't know if it's a cultural thing or it's a money thing or communism was their thing. Chinese thing. We don't know exactly, but we're just telling you like you're gonna experience, right? You're gonna get sweeter girls here than anywhere else that I know that is like kind of on the verge of development. So that's kind of the mix you want. You don't want to be like, in my experience, like I've gone to very poor countries with nothing and nobody, like basically the savannah, and like when I went to what is that next to south of Russia, the Mongolia back in the 80s. Like it was just like girls riding camels with cloth over them and guy with a wooden push cart with wooden wheels, like that's not ideal place to live. Like even though it sounds great, it really sucks actually.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drawbacks that you don't know about, but
you want more than just yak milk.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of class envy. There's just a lot of there's kids dying because they don't get $1 worth of medicine. Like
hygiene's important.
There's
General
just
hygiene.
stuff that will bum you out. You're just like, what?
Hygiene.
How? Like. Whereas when a country kind of gets into this kind of Goldilocks phase,
right, where there's soap and toothpaste.
Yeah, there's like movies. If you want to see a movie, there's There's different kinds of food. Like there's Western food here. There's good Western food.
Drinkable
actually.
water.
Great Western food actually.
Potable water.
Like I had a pulled pork sandwich yesterday, and it was like, I mean, I mean to say that was a good sandwich is the biggest understatement.
Well, that was kind of an epic restaurant too.
I would say I don't think I've ever had a sandwich that good in America.
That's a very good restaurant in Cambodia.
Like I grew up in America. I don't think I've ever had a sandwich that good.
We should promote that place. It's called La Crusette.
Yeah.
It's like
La Crusette on the river. Yeah.
Good restaurant.
I don't think I've ever had a sandwich as good as that pulled pork. I don't think I have. I've had a lot of good sandwiches.
Well, that's another good thing about Cambodia is bread is good, bakeries are good.
Yeah, the bread was like chewy and like.
Is the bread good in Thailand too?
The bread in Thailand. They're like if you go down to Central Chitlom, they have a bakery in the Tops Food Mart that's pretty good.
Like I just went right down the street, picked up a chocolate croissant.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. Here, like in the neighborhood we're at, which is like the middle of nowhere, there's like great bread everywhere. There's like homemade. There's like 2 homemade tofu guys just making tofu down the street. Like a lot of homemade stuff here. A lot of homemade stuff.
Yeah.
There's within like we jump on the moto here because we got scooters.
Which is
30 seconds. You can buy sashimi grade salmon.
right.
So we bought it 2 days in a row and we cooked it in the air fryer, and it was just fucking insane. Like just melting in our mouths. Like, and it cost for a piece of fish for like let's say 3 guys was about $5. And then if you really want to eat a lot, you could spend 15, but that's going to be like everybody's eating a pound of salmon at least, and it's fucking excellent. Like
Wow.
You don't get that kind of fish in Thailand. Like in Thailand, I've found seafood to be very disappointing because I love seafood. Like I've told people all the time I could never eat meat again. It would be fine if I could just live in Japan. Like I don't need meat. Like fish is so good, but you can't get good fish there. The fish sucks. It's all bony and it's no flavor and it's expensive and it's just not. I've never had a great fish in Thailand. I'm sure they exist somewhere. Here I've only been here like 2 weeks. I've had fucking great fish every day.
Yeah, fish is good here.
In different places too.
Fish and pork.
Yeah. Yeah, the pork is good.
Pork is excellent here.
The beef is good in Cambodia.
Yeah.
No, the beef is for compared to the rest of Southeast Asia, it's great.
Well, some of that we're paying a little extra for like you can get imported beef here.
Oh.
You pay a little bit extra. The Cambodia beef.
What about the water buffalo beef jerky? Where's that from?
Yeah, that's you're eating. That's Cambodia buffalo you're eating.
Oh, that's fucking great, you guys.
Yeah.
Cambodian beef jerky, you get it in a big bag, right? And it's weird. It's not cooked. So you put it in the air fryer for a couple minutes. And so it's like you're getting this
It's good.
This homemade beef jerky flavor. Like it comes straight out of the thing. And it's already kind of beef jerky ready. And then it gets into the cooker, comes out fucking great. It's almost like if you worked at a beef jerky place and you got it out of the oven. That's what it tastes like.
If you're a beer drinker, it's
and it's
really
cheap.
Good.
Fucking, I can eat a fucking pound of that. Yeah, fills you up too.
Yeah, like when Cambodians sit down to drink, they go out and get that.
Ooh, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, if they had near beer here, I'd be doing near beer and then beef jerky. They don't have near beer here.
This is a great place to party too. I don't party anymore, but I used to, and it's like. Then again, so is Thailand, so I don't really know which one's better.
Yeah, if you like to party, if you like to drink, if you're kind of like, I think what makes Cambodia good, the kind of guys, so let's get to the things that maybe wouldn't be great, or that would depend on your personality. Okay, so if you're the kind of guy who likes a super clean house, you want everything like, kind of like spotless, Cambodia is going to be rough on you for a while because it's the roads are not clean. Now the food that we're talking about is perfect. So once you get in the restaurant, like we're talking like your standards will be met and more. But like on the street and like dogs running around and shit on your shoes.
It's a little rough. It's a little bit like
shit rivers just down the street, you know.
Yeah, on the surface. I mean, sometimes when I go to Thailand, I'm like, it's, it's a little bit more polished.
A little bit?
A little more upscale or something.
A lot.
More developed.
A lot.
A lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Cambodia, if you're down by the river, it's quite nice. It's all pretty nice. There's 5-star hotels down there.
Better air quality here.
Air quality's better here, for sure. We went swimming. We went to Sihanoukville, and then we went swimming, and it was good swimming. Whereas I never get good swimming near Bangkok.
True, but not near Bangkok.
I don't swim in Pattaya.
You can definitely say Thailand's got nicer beaches. So Thailand for sure.
Well, that's if you're down in Phuket, but in real life,
but at least Thailand has that. Like Cambodia, like the Chinese came here and kind of destroyed one of. Like Cambodia doesn't have a lot of nice beaches, and the Chinese came and destroyed a lot of it. Cambodia still has some beach. Cambodia has some nice beach, but I would say Thailand wins the beach contest about resorts and like.
Okay, I'm gonna give a response. So when you're in Bangkok, when you're actually living there, you don't get down to Phuket that much. Like, so when you're
hard, you have to fly, right?
Yeah, when you're traveling, then let's go to Phuket. Boom, you're in Phuket.
You're not going to jump in an airplane so much.
Yeah, when you live there, you're like,
seems far
they
away.
don't have baggage. Can't you check in? I got to pay extra. And you're like, let's just go to Pattaya. Let's just go to Hua Hin. Let's just go to somewhere nearby.
Pattaya is awesome. Pattaya is like,
I
love Pattaya. Like I travel. Like when I live in Cambodia and I want to take a vacation, I'll go to Pattaya if I love it.
No, I know, but let me finish that. So, yes, I love Pattaya too, but I never swim because the water is just like sewage, right?
Go to Jomtien.
Jomtien is sewage too
Is
now.
it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's you don't want to.
I've been gargling the water. There.
No, you don't want to do that. It's a very high
really?
bacteria content. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Because the hotels dump raw sewage in the water. That's the problem. So it goes into the canals, which go into the water.
Right.
So I think Pattaya, okay, don't get me wrong. I love fucking Pattaya. Okay, it's fucking great. But I don't go swimming. Right. Here, we went to Sihanoukville, which is not that far. And good swimming, man. I took the kids. Yeah. We were like head underwater, opening my eyes underwater. It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
Never near Bangkok. No, not going to happen. Never, never, never. So you're right, and it is a good tempering my thoughts because it's not Australia, right? It's not like super clean water, but Cambodia has more...
It's accessible.
Accessible beaches, yeah.
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 It's nice.
And also, too, I think Sihanoukville, I had heard for years that it was ruined by the Chinese. There's a lot of casinos and stuff.
But it was ruined, but it's like anything, it's gotten a little bit better lately.
Oh, wait. Okay, let me make a new one. Just 1 second. We gotta make a new one. We're gonna make a new one.
How much recording did you miss?
Just a second. Nothing really. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Let's get new links. And so we'll keep talking while we're here. Let me send the guys. We ran out of. Let's see, new link. Right there. And we'll get the guys back on in a second. What's nice is we're recording anyway. So let me give James, in case James doesn't have it. There it is. Let's get the guys on. Okay. And the guys should be on in a second. Okay. Admit. Okay. They're joining and they will be on shortly. Let's see.
Are you still recording?
All right.
Ronin Man?
We're still recording.
Okay.
So everybody's back on. So yeah. So I think James, it doesn't matter. There's no video anyway. So we're just doing audio. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with a lot of stuff in Cambodia. One is the food. Now, I will say this: the food is not that cheap here. You can live cheaper in Thailand food-wise, actually.
Well, okay.
If you go to Terminal 21 and you're very careful, it's easy to keep a really low food budget where I live. Whereas here, I find myself, the food is so good
You can pay money.
and there's so much variety. Like I find myself spending 10 or 20 bucks on a meal pretty often. Whereas like I never do that in Thailand. Never. I'm never going to spend 20 bucks on a meal in Thailand. No
Right,
fucking
of course
way.
not.
Yeah. Whereas here, it's easy to do, man.
Yeah,
the
it
food
is
is
easy to
good.
do.
Like I had some.
Like every time you do it, like, oh, that was great.
Yeah, it was like so good, right?
Yeah.
Like I think
Well, the way to eat cheap.
I think the Italian food is better here than in America, like for sure. They take more care, and it's more.
How was that tortellini I had yesterday?
That tortellini was fucking insane, dude.
Right.
Like that was the best tortellini I've ever had.
Yeah.
That was delicious.
Right.
It was a small amount of tortellini, but it was.
Perfect.
I mean the
Almost
cheese.
wanna
I
go
mean,
back for that.
yeah. I mean,
That was epic.
if you're a foodie, I gotta say Cambodia is good.
But then again, I've also heard Thailand, like Jason was saying, like, I think Thailand's, like, if you're rich, Thailand, like anywhere, like, if you're rich, certain places are better, like New York, Manhattan, and I heard Bangkok has got, like, a lot of high-end.
Okay.
So
It does.
So I think, like, that, though then again, rich people can have fun here, too. It's like, and it could be very epic, too, like, with the high-end, high-end girls and KTVs. Like, the really, some of the best girls are in high-end gentlemen's clubs here. So, like...
Oh yeah, yeah. You're not gonna regret.
Right.
Here's
but
the difference.
But Bangkok's got the great restaurants.
No, here's the difference. Yes, Bangkok has world-class food, and of course, world-class girls too. If you go to the high-end places,
Right.
but here's the way. As a guy living there, to get to those restaurants, especially during rush hour, and that's when you want to eat, right?
Oh, Bangkok is insane.
It's like...
I've always hated that about Bangkok. It's the traffic at night.
Yeah, the traffic's like terrible, and
The traffic and trying to get around.
And so what you tend to do, like most people, this is about living somewhere, right? And not necessarily permanent, but like 3 months and 4 months, 6 months. What happens is you there's a restaurant on the river that you know is good, right? But to get there from, Asok on a taxi, it's gonna fucking take at least 45 minutes of hell. At least.
Okay, so that's...
And I mean hell.
Oh, that's a good point. So Phnom Penh is more accessible because you can just hop on a moto and be anywhere in like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, you can be anywhere, and there's no real traffic here.
Well, there is rush
on the moto. There isn't.
Yeah, rush hour here can suck too, but generally you can avoid it.
No,
It's
but
like,
rush hour here is more like rush minute to me. It's only like a short period of time.
and
like
you can
when-
generally avoid it. It's
Yeah.
like people,
Like when you walk around at night or take a tuk-tuk,
you get around easy to get around.
it's like there's no traffic. It's
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yes.
Like it's a big city, but it's pretty empty. Like
Well, it's not that big. It's actually not that big. So it's like more provincial. It's like comparing like New York to Atlanta or New York to like Savannah.
right.
It's like a smaller.
It's
It's smaller.
Yeah. And so as a person living there, okay, now a lot of guys on the channel think like I do. Like Ronin guys think like they don't like to make commitments. So one of the problems, let's say you want to go to a nice restaurant in your hometown or in New York or in Bangkok, you might have to make a reservation, like for a really good place. You got to make a reservation. So you got to make a reservation. Then you got to hurry in the taxi. And then you got to be in hell for like an hour.
So it's like a modern city. It's like, that's like a Western city. Make a reservation, you got to be there.
I never do any of that stuff. I hate that stuff. So
That's like normal.
What I
that's like
love-
a normal Western life.
what I love about Cambodia is you're walking down by the river or even here shopping, and there's like 1,000 choices. You just walk. There's no traffic walking.
There's no reservations.
Yeah, there's no reservations. You just cruise in, and then you're like, oh, you're pleasantly surprised constantly in Cambodia, food-wise.
Right.
You just walk in, and you think, oh, this isn't going to be good. Like the other day, I walked. Adam took me into the place next to if you go to Le Corset, and you look at the river on the left-hand side, across the little
On the corner.
yeah, on the other corner you'll see it, looking towards the river on the left.
Well,
is anybody?
I mean, that is the name of the restaurant.
Yeah,
On
when
the
you-
corner,
when-
at the corner, on the corner.
I think they changed the name.
Oh, did they change?
Yeah,
Maybe
they
at
changed
the
the
corner.
name.
They used to be on the corner.
Yeah, now it's a different name. Yeah, I tried to tag it on
Famous place.
Instagram, but you go there right across the street. I'm talking like 10 feet, 15 feet away. I had a fish Cambodian dish because it's mainly a bunch of Nigels sitting there, right? So I thought, well, Cambodian food won't be good here, but since I'm in Cambodia, I went
Fish
to
amok.
Yeah, I got fish amok.
It's classic.
Oh,
It's very good.
Fish amok was great there.
It is great.
Oh
It is
my
great.
God,
That
it
is a
was
that is a
delicious.
great fish dish.
And it was cheap, and it was delicious, and it was
it's
like
very good.
it was subtle.
It's a classic.
It was fucking
Very tasty, and they get all the bones out.
yeah, no
Yeah.
bones. And I'm looking at the river, and I'm sitting there with my friend.
Problem is there,
The sun was setting golden colors, and like
right? But were you approached by any like chiselers?
no,
You weren't.
no,
Oh, because when you're outside there, maybe it's changed. Like
No, it's
things
changing.
in Cambodia has changed. Like there's no more motodopes anymore.
yeah.
Like,
There's
used to
less
be-
chiselers. No, there's not
less-
chiselers coming to restaurants.
Yeah, good. So so you were outside, sitting outside, and you weren't approached by any chiselers.
Here's my experience. So I just wandered in there. I heard it was good, and I wander in,
Or
and
were you outside or inside?
outside.
Okay, so
And then you were right in the chiseler zone, right on the corner.
Yeah.
Looking at the water. And Adam ordered Western food. I ordered amok and also
Amok.
a chicken dinner. Amok. I ordered fish amok and a chicken dinner because it was cheap. So I
Wow.
got 2 dinners.
Let's go.
I got like 2 dinners for $10.
Let's go now.
And I'm sitting there, and the fish was excellent, and then the chicken really filled me up. Because I'm a big eater, you guys. That's what I love about Cambodia. Like, you can just order food, and you're going to be full all the time. A lot of countries, I'm hungry all the time. I don't know about you guys. People just don't eat as much here as I do. And so in Cambodia, I can always scratch that itch somehow. There's always something good to grab, to add to something, or like they don't mind if you bring in outside food, really. You know, it's like,
They don't, which is nice.
yeah, it's very
you can
casual.
you can bring drinks. You can bring drinks and outside food into a restaurant.
As long as
here.
you buy stuff there,
Yeah.
and you give them a little tip, they're going to be fine. You know.
Right. And
Now this could change. This could change, and it depends on the restaurant, of course.
Don't necessarily have to tip either, but if you do, they really appreciate it.
I tipped
Yeah.
the moto parking guy last night, and he almost didn't take it. He was so cool.
Oh well, no, those guys.
No, but it was at the hotel.
Oh well, they
Yeah,
work for the hotel.
Yeah, he didn't
Okay.
expect it. He was like, "Oh, I don't really," and I said, "No, go ahead." And he was like,
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Really, you don't have to." You know, nobody. I was like,
Right.
But it was like such a small tip. It was 1,000 real,
25 cents.
25 cents. You know.
Yeah, I tip the security guards because those guys aren't making a lot of money. You know, they're not.
Yeah, he
Some
was
of those
happy.
guys are making like $60 a month.
Yeah, I
They-
gave.
you know.
I flipped him the 25, the big 25 there, and he was stoked. Yeah, but so that's the thing is like, I guess imagine you're like a security camera, and then you're on my head, attached to my head, walking through town. I look around to my right. There's a restaurant with a bunch of Nigels with good-looking food. I look to the left. There's a bar that looks really fun, right? I can look ahead. There's a 7-Eleven with like food available. I look ahead on my other side, and it's like there's like something fun happening. I'm not sure what it is. Like just some action, right? So like that's how it is. Just walking down the street, it's like constant restaurants, constant stuff happening, and so I don't need to plan anything. I can just kind of meet somebody downtown, and then I can have one friend and we can be eating, and then another guy joins in, and then he doesn't want to eat there. And then the guy's like, "Oh, you don't have to," he doesn't order anything. And then we get up and then we go to the next place, right? It's like, I don't mind sitting down, having a cup of coffee at the next place because things are flexible,
Yeah.
things are close, there's a lot of variety, and the staff are cool. So I find that it's just very pleasant being kind of like
It's
yourself.
it's relaxing. It's kind of it's like a relaxing, cheerful place, and the people are kind of cheerful and funny, and they like to laugh and have fun.
True.
So there's a whole there's a good vibe with the people and stuff.
If you play a little, like one of the oldest tricks in the book is you when you hand your money to the girl, you hand it to her, and then just before she grabs it, you like pull it away, and then you smile, like it's obviously you're joking around.
All those like stupid little dumb jokes
that works so good here.
It's easy to have game here.
Yeah, you gotta easy to have game. Yeah,
easy to have game here. Like I got a lot of game here.
Yeah, you don't need many tricks, and you can just have a pleasant day.
Some like the old tricks. Like
if they know you're joking, like they'll start cracking up, and then they'll play games with you. Right? They'll start doing something with you.
And I just like cheese bag sweet talk them too. Like
right.
I just break out like old fashioned cheese bag sweet talk.
Right.
And it's like it works. It wouldn't work anywhere else. It's like all of a sudden I got all this game. It's like old game.
It's like that song.
You could like roll out your old game from the 50s, and it works.
Eyes like diamonds, right?
That's right.
Like diamonds. Yeah, it's true. It's like it's very human here, I think, and I think recently, kind of like Brooklyn was. You used to have your phone ripped out of your hands all the time walking down the street. And that's what I was warning like friends about. I warned Joel about it. But I haven't found that to be true. A lot of guys warn me about it. And I am careful with my phone, but
it can happen here, but just hold. You don't want to like be flashing your phone or your money. There are clever, quick guys on motos. Like a guy can blast by and grab something from you.
They could.
It happens, but there's no reason to be paranoid.
But I'm gonna
I'll be out. I'll hold my phone.
Yeah, sure. I'm filming for Ronin all the time,
dude. I've been here a long time, and I've never had anything like that.
I think I'm the canary in the coal mine here because Adam came, let's say 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Or 4 years ago, whatever, and then he had his phone ripped out of his hand, right? And so I thought that was like a common thing. But I tell you, I'm the canary in the coal mine.
Well, he's probably holding
I'm going to make a call here. I think that era is over or ending.
Well, still, you got to hold on to it firmly.
Of course, you want to hold on to it, and I love when people try to steal stuff because then I can kick their ass. Right?
Yeah, well, me too. Like I'm hoping. I'm like walking around, I'm walking around, like hoping.
Yeah, like I'm holding the phone there.
I'm hoping someone's
pretty solid, and then the guy's going to grab onto it.
I'm hoping someone's dumb enough to
I was going to rip him right off that bike.
I'll be like, bad,
backwards. Yeah.
I think they know. Like, that I'm just, like, lurking there. I think they know that they don't do it to me, They just know, like, because I'm, like, coiled like a snake.
Right. If you were, like, an Instagram.
I'm, like, primed.
Holding the thing out in the sun.
Yeah, I'm, like, holding it out there, primed like a snake, and they can see it. I'm trying to get one to do it, and they just won't.
Yeah, you don't want to get your ass kicked. Yeah, pulled off the back of a bike and have your face kicked in for no reason. Yeah, true. Yeah, I think it's a kind of Goldilocks period right now. And
sounds like it.
So,
and the way a friend of ours was describing what the bar, the way someone described what it looked like last night in a bar, sounded like golden age to me.
Yeah, that was a nice description. Yeah,
it was like super premier hot chicks, super happy to see you, action happening in the bar itself. Which is kind of unheard of. Like stuff was going down. Stuff like
was it a BJ or hand job?
BJ in the back of the bar.
Right.
I mean, that's like
that's nice. That's nice.
That's kind of unheard of. So it sounds like the golden age is here.
Yeah.
In a way,
the golden age of whoring. Yeah, I think it's also here for guys who. I would say this. I'd go this far. I'd say it's a golden age for that kind of guy. And it's also a golden age for a guy like me who enjoys a pleasant life and good food.
Right.
And no hassles.
And nice girls.
Yeah. And then also I would say it's also a golden age for a guy who, of course I don't recommend it, but who wants to like fully lock down with kids and a wife.
It's great for that. I
would say that this is like, if you're going to do it, this would be one of the more premier places to try it.
It's yeah.
You know, if you're gonna try it, if you're gonna do it, right? It's like they say, you know, like don't do drugs, but if you're gonna do it, they give you the needles, right? The clean ones, right?
If you're gonna do it, go to Portugal,
right. Or Seattle, right. Or Portland, right. Yeah, or San Francisco. You know, because you know, like you're gonna have the greatest chance. Sometimes you can't stop yourself, and a lot of guys know themselves, and they're right. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, so let me do it the smartest way. I think a girl in Cambodia who doesn't have an American passport or foreign passport, never been overseas, you might have a little better luck. I mean, it's random. It's random, but
it's kid friendly.
It's very kid friendly here. Yeah,
kid friendly. It's kind of like
everything's cheap for kids. Like it's so cheap to take kids out.
It's kind of like it's like kid heaven here.
Like you can go like okay, so anybody who has kids, like
kids and dogs,
you'll appreciate this.
If you like kids and dogs, it's like I like kind of like watching the children and the dogs. Man, they're happy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're tan. They're skinny. They're running around like life. Crazy. And let me give you an example of what I mean here. So okay, so you're like a middle class guy, and you have kids, and you go to the pool, right? And when you get there, kids always forget shit. So they forgot their goggles, they forgot their hat, you know, they lost a shoe, right? So what does it cost? Let's say, Cole, what does it cost in Australia if a kid loses, you got kids, a shoe, doesn't bring his swimming cap and his goggles? What's that going to cost on top of everything?
That will be.
You know very well.
Budget low end. It will be
just like
$20 for a pair of shoes, like a
cheap
pair of shoes.
No, but let
$15 for the goggles.
$50 US.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just say clear. So you're at the pool and you can't shop. You got to buy it right now, right? You got to buy it at the shop where you are, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How much would that cost for those three items?
What shoes, goggles, and a towel? Did you say?
Shoes, goggles, and a swimming cap.
$60 AUD, which is about 45 US.
Okay, so $45. So you would be going swimming, and then on top of that, you'd be shelling out another $45. Okay, now here
$50 US, probably. Yeah,
for sure, right? And then here, it's pennies, right? You don't even notice it. You don't even notice it. So we went on a boat the other day in Chinookville. We went to an island, and suddenly Dave's wife decided you needed a life preserver for one of the kids. So she said to the guy,
anything you need or want.
Now I'm telling you, I was flabbergasted by this experience. I mean, I have never said it. I was like, I could not believe it, because this does not happen in other countries. So we're standing there on the boat. It's blazing hot, right?
It's like the one time you were distracted from the water chiseler.
Yeah, the water chiseler, I'm looking at him. He's down there. And then suddenly they said, oh, there's not enough life preservers. And no, we're not going to flip over. And it wasn't dangerous. It was a joke. But
it's like a little 6-year-old wants to get in the water, want to put
So she wants
it's like a boat.
She wants a floaty, right? So
and kids, in like a third world boat, you want to put generally want to put on a life preserver on a baby in a third.
No, but I mean,
boat.
like for me,
generally,
I would just put my preserver on them and figure it out. You know what I mean? Hold on to this, kids.
Hold on to this piece of styrofoam.
Yeah, my dad. I grew up poor, right? We would have never. My parents would never have bought anything at a shop like that. It never happened in the whole history of my family that we would get to a place. Right. And then just buy from the gift shop like that. We can't even imagine. We would go to like the cheapest, like Sears, and we would shop forever, and then get like a Sears brand floaty or whatever.
Yeah, the 70s.
Yeah,
that's kind of hard to compare to.
There's no way you're just gonna.
I got when I was a kid, like we went to Sears Roebuck to buy like a metal skateboard.
Right. But this is what happened. So she just tells the guy, we need another, they don't sell things there. Like there's nothing for sale, right? It's just a boat. But then the guy goes and finds one in like 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got one. Like That's why it was amazing. It's like, it's not like there was a shop. He is like your slave. He's going to go and get what you need. The people here, like, he's just going to go and solve your problems. Like, oh, we need some Cokes. We need like a life jacket.
Right.
We need a bottle of whiskey, and we need a fish.
Right.
He would have been back in 10 minutes with all that.
That's a good thing about Cambodia. So even being here, like, I get stuff. Like I have a guy. Like right now, I'm like getting us like premier durian from the province. The guy is going and picking it.
Wow.
I'm getting one big one. So
I'm a huge durian fan.
So I have one guy.
Yeah.
Who's like going there. I might pay him $5.
Yeah.
But he's going to go there and get it.
No way. He's going to pick
us.
it. And he's going to drive back here and give it to us.
Yes. And
Fuck.
and I have a guy that, like, if I want like cherries, you know, like they'll ask, I get that stuff.
Plus Dave had a slave girl who worked here. And this girl is
couple years.
This girl's skinny with a big rack. Okay. She had balloons because she hurt her foot, so I had to carry her on my back. I was shocked how big her boobs were.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Pretty hot. She's pretty hot.
When they were squished on my back, I was like, whoa, this chick's got some fucking knockers, you know?
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
And she's 20, and she was working for how much for a month? How much is someone like that?
I forget now.
7 days a week, braiding the girl's hair for school, you know, carrying big bottles of fucking heavy water, Sparklets bottles.
Yeah, she was
trudging 100-pound bag of rice. 100 pounds.
Yeah, she like looked pretty hot, but she was strong.
Yeah,
she could like lug around 100-pound bag of rice.
I think she had a hot body naked. That chick, I'm pretty sure about it. Her face was, she had a little bit of an acne thing going on, but she was thin and she was.
Yeah,
I think she had a nice fucking box. I think.
Yeah,
I'm just guessing here. But anyway, how much was she per month? How much for someone like that?
Like 120.
120 US.
But
7 days a week, cooking food, cleaning the toilet. The dog would go swim in Shit River, right? There's like a shit river down the street that literally looks like a war zone or something. You know,
well,
it's
she'd
like
do future
everything. Dystopia.
She'd do everything.
And the dog would go in there, and then she would clean it, and the dog would be shaking this bacteria shit, black shit in her face.
She loved it.
She's washing the dog.
Well, she didn't love it, but yeah. Yeah, she was pretty good, but we had to get rid of her because she was giving my woman a little too much attitude.
Well, we'll get another. They'll get another one, right? So it was like $120 a month for a slave girl who would always be there 7 days a week working on anything we needed, and you could just ask her to do anything. She could ride a motorbike. She can go pick up stuff. She could carry. I was shocked that she could carry 100-pound bag of rice. That's not easy, because a bag of rice is hard to. It's a weird. There's no handle. You know, it's like hard to. You got to be pretty strong to carry 100 pounds. Upstairs and stuff?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And having to pour it into a bucket.
There's a lot of guys who can't carry a 100-pound bag of rice up.
It's not easy.
Yeah, and pour it. Yeah.
And pour it. That's,
No, this chick was sturdy, dude. And skinny. Real thin.
Yeah.
Big rack. And strong.
It's supposedly a virgin, but I think she was selling that virginity
I think the virginity thing was a little overrated there.
I think it gets sold more than once.
Yeah, it's born again kind of thing. Yeah,
you're getting like dollar store virginity here.
I think she was close to virgin when she moved to 2 years ago.
It might have been when she first got here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The moto taxis got her or something.
I think the moto dope got her.
We should have got her. It's a big mistake. It was an error in judgment. Yeah, it was an error in judgment for sure. But that's $120 for a girl, 7 days a week, ready to go, sleeps downstairs,
and
she's like ready to go 24 hours. She's like sleeping in the downstairs by the, kind of like a guard man sleeps by the front door.
Right.
She sleeps down there, so if anybody tries to break in, she's on the case. If there's a fire, she's on.
She could bodyguard
putting the fire out. Yeah.
She could bodyguard for my woman sometimes when I wasn't around.
You could drill her, but she would probably be totally into it. But you wouldn't want to because of the.
If you were Chinese, you would have.
Well, the thing is, it's not so much. The problem is what is that called when you can't read?
Then you have to give her promotion.
When you can't read. illiterate. The problem is illiteracy. Like now you got a girlfriend who's illiterate, who's got a nice box and skinny, but like literally, you know, there's illiterate is a pretty heavy thing. It's a serious thing. Lots of ghosts and beliefs and things and shit, you know. You don't really want that as a girlfriend.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's better than a water buffalo who's trying to poison you back home or something, you know, I guess. But it's a different kettle of fish. You don't want to jump in that without knowing what you're getting into, right?
You don't want a full-on illiterate girlfriend, no.
I'd say no.
I'd say no to
Cole
that.
said...
That'll get old.
Cole said, sign me up. Dude, I felt the same way, dude. I was close to drilling it. She was doing all kinds of sexy stuff because we went together to Chinookville, you know? There's a picture of me and her, and we had the same, I don't know if she did it on purpose, but we had the same color clothes on. And we were sitting at the table like we were on a date. I think everybody in the restaurant thought we were on a date. And then she had that red China dress on, and I had that red...
yeah, it was looking pretty romantic.
Yeah. That's the thing. You got to be careful when you got options.
How about that restaurant with the free beer?
Yeah.
Free beer.
This is a place. We went to this Chinese place. That's what I was going to say. Don't. The Chinese, they bring in good things too.
They
to Chinookville. Like, then we went to this all-you-can-eat Chinese
buffet.
Seafood buffet. And you can eat 10 pounds of fish. No problem.
How much was it? $11?
$12.
$12 for all you can eat and free beer.
No tip. And tons of fruit, vegetables, endless fish.
Endless everything.
There was like a playground for the kids, like McDonald's has the slides and stuff.
And sashimi and
sushi. The kids had a bouncy ball area. They could just jumping in and going crazy and just absolutely slamming their faces against.
And free beer.
There was free beer as much as you could drink. There was
free food.
Basically close to free. Yeah.
It felt pretty free.
Yeah, there was clams. There was all kinds of seafood. $12. I would say the negative would be loud music. Nobody was smoking. Yeah, there was no smoke. It was outdoor over the ocean, so there was no wall.
I was worried it was just like a front for like kidnapping children.
Yeah. But, well, I kept an eye out. Yeah. I was down at the bouncy ball area, checking things out, making sure things were cool.
Like maybe one child a year disappears.
Yeah, you get like a good price for that. So that's the thing. You always got to watch out for that. But I think, and I'm gonna go. A little bit of Thailand here. Thailand, as you guys know, I've talked about it a lot. Is a sober kind of place in comparison. It's more serious. You got to dress up nicer. Here you can dress like a total slob. Doesn't really matter yet too much how you dress. Yeah.
I know. It's like not at all.
You don't have to shave or wear a collared shirt. I'm the best dressed guy except for the prime minister. I mean, I'm walking around with, wrinkle free, brand new, branded polo shirt that cost me $6.99 at the thrift store.
I'm like 5 o'clock shadow in a dirty like gym workout uniform, and they think like I'm Axl Rose.
No, Dave is like, if you've seen the Trailer Park Boys, Randy, yeah. Randy and the cheeseburgers. That's what Dave's doing, and he just doesn't give a shit. He's just
they love it.
Yeah, he's like totally confident. He's like, fuck it, doesn't matter, And the thing is, here in Cambodia, you can definitely get away with that, definitely. So it looks like we got, let's see how many more minutes left.
I actually have to go do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it off because they keep.
I have a question.
Yeah.
State currencies, but the currency situation there.
The current
US dollar, okay.
Okay. It's super easy to change money here. You don't even need to bring a passport.
The local currency is pegged to the dollar. It's pegged to the dollar, so it'll fluctuate. So if you're based in American dollar, it's great. And generally, like, I've heard some, like, European people complain, like, so it's sort of like if the dollar is very strong and you're trying to convert from, like, euro or something. I've heard some Europeans complain about it before.
Okay.
So it's like that. It's pegged to the dollar.
Okay. Yeah, I would say I'll just answer the question from different angles. So one of them is, how long does it take to change money? Here, it's so easy. Like, everything I've done is easy here. Let's put it that way. All I do is I get $100, get a $100 bill, stick it in my pocket. I walk around, and then I'm just like, oh, there's the lady. And I hand her the 100, and she hands me a stack of cash. No paperwork, no signing anything, no passport, no time. And she gives me huge smiles. Like, I was telling Dave, like, she's like the perfect wife material, like, kind of girl. Beautiful teeth, nice smile, very, like, warm, big smile. And she speaks English well. She's always waiting. There's never anybody in line. I'm the only one. Like in Thailand, like when you go to Super Rich at a soak, that line can be full of jimmies. It can be pretty brutal, that line. And your crowded station, like here, imagine you're going down the street in the 1900s and you see all these shops with nobody in them, and you walk in, the guy comes out and greets you. That's how it is. Like, I just walk in, she comes up, I hand her 100, she hands me $100 worth of real Cambodian real, and I leave. And that's it. And then I wait to do another 100 because it's so easy that I don't have to do 200. I can just do 100 every time I need it. It takes like 2 minutes. It's like right near the house. So it's very easy to change money here. Very, very easy. And you can use US dollars here. So they take US dollars everywhere. In fact, when you go to a store or even the pool, the machine will be dollars. So it'll tell you like $2.50 or whatever. But no one ever has change here. But they don't have 50 cents. They'll give you reals if it's like less than $1. But if you did have dollars, you could just spend dollars all the time here. You wouldn't even need to change really into reals. But I just change 100 and then you get a ton of reals, and then just use those. Some people prefer dollars if it's like 100 for something, or I can't imagine it would be 100. But like yesterday, oh yeah, I should tell you guys about yesterday. I'll just tell you real quick. So my friend wanted to go see temples. I didn't know there was temples outside of town. We went there. We got a driver. I thought we were going to get ripped off because we didn't negotiate like hard, like Thailand. You know what I mean? The guy just takes us. We get in this thing. We cruise. I took tons of footage for Ronin, man. I'll probably put it on this video. And then we just went temple after temple. It was so beautiful and it was so peaceful. I mean, it was like so fucking easy. It was so wonderful. We got to the temples. There was no fee to get into the temples. It was Macha Bucha Day, which is the most holy day of Buddhist. So it was the best day to go to the temples. It was like a wonderful day. Like, it was like, fuck. It was like being up in Siem Reap at Angkor Wat. Like, these temples, I'm wandering around like Indiana Jones. Like, there's jungle. You can climb on things. There's like, nobody's telling you what to do. Costs nothing to go there. Like, there's statues everywhere and weird buildings and jungle shit growing out of things and trees and jungle trees growing through buildings. I mean, it's very, very mellow. You can eat food there. You can sit. The people are like, you could sunbathe or take off your shirt, like very good vibe, very mellow. Not right near the monks, but like it was on the river. So you go by the river and then there was like guys fishing in the river in the temple. And they were like, it was mellow. There was other guys kind of fixing the concrete, that like fixing things. And then they had their clothes. They obviously slept somewhere in there. So it was very good vibe at the temples. Very good vibe. Very easy too. And then it was $20. We paid the guy $20 for driving us around all day. So it was 10 for me, 10 for Jason. And we just gave him a 20. And then that was it. No negotiating. The guy didn't hassle us or anything. We didn't agree on the price. We stopped a million times. For you guys that travel, some guys will be like, well, we went there, it's extra. No, the guy was like $20. Okay, cool. And then at night we walked by him and he's all smiles. He's all, hey, he said hi, So that was yesterday. And then we went to my friend's hotel at a spa. We did a fucking We did a jacuzzi, we did a spa, we did a pool, we did a cold plunge twice, sauna, steam bath. That was all free. Let's see what else. Then I drove home using Google Maps, one hand, in the motorcycle at night on these sketchy roads. That was a bit sketchy, but because it was like a 45-minute drive in the dark, by myself, first time. But it was fine, one-handed. You got to learn how to ride a motorcycle one-handed with Google in the other hand, and how to avoid million, horses and cows and people and taxis trying to run you over and everything. But that's something you should learn. Riding a bike well is important in Cambodia. Very important. So if you're a good bike rider, that's a huge benefit. Huge. Huge if you're good on a bike. Huge. Yeah. And if you're not good on a bike, you probably want to get good on a bike. And whereas in Thailand, you don't need that. You can just use public transport. No problem. But yeah, I would say I'm going to end on this because I know we can't go forever. Thailand and Cambodia are different. They're right next to each other. It's a $50 flight. So I would say think of them as one country. So you go to Thailand and then you go to Cambodia. And then you go back to Thailand and then you go back to Cambodia. That's the way I would think about it. So you got both. They're all here. They're both here. Oh, if you like photography, Phnom Penh is 1,000 times better than Thailand. If you like taking pictures of people with like silk robes and guys with fruit on their head and, some rickety guy smoking a cigarette and having a cup of tea and like a gritty face. And if you like photography and Buddha statues falling over and dogs and, if you like beautiful colonial architecture, like definitely Cambodia is the place. No comparison. Thailand's too developed. It's hard to find those things. And if you find them, everyone else took a picture of them too, because there's not that many picturesque things left. Here, dime a dozen. James, you're going to be taking pictures all day here. All day. Endless pictures. Like I can walk 100 meters out of this house and get 5 fucking epic shots. Like no problem. No problem. They're everywhere. You actually get tired of taking pictures. There's so many things to take pictures of. So that's a good thing about Thailand. I like to kind of cruise around and do that. Eat food, take pictures, laugh with my friends. Easy breezy. Chicken kitchen squeezy. All right. Well, let's cut out. Is anybody last questions? Hit me with something. Visas are easier here. Visas are no problem. You got no worries with visas. $130 a year. You can just stay here. Thailand, it's a complicated mess. It's worth it. And I still love Thailand. And I'm not sure if I'm going to move here, but I am considering moving here and studying Khmer at the university. I'm thinking about it. So I might do that after California. So and also,
is it
I'm
language? Khmer?
Yeah, Khmer. I think it's Khmer. I'm going to also we're going to do a Phnom Penh Summit for sure. Probably when I get back. So April, May, June, right around there, we'll do a Phnom Penh Summit for sure. And we'll show you more details, right? So, an apartment's $150 a month here. $200 for a nice one. Downtown. Middle of the action. Way cheaper houses. And and easy. You just walk down the street, there's a sign, you go in, you pay the guy, you sign up, you're in. That's how easy it is. It's totally different than Thailand. Thailand's gotten complicated and difficult. I mean, it's worth it, but you're looking for a good deal. You got to take the train, you got to crush on there. Here, it's like the old days. It's like getting in a fucking treehouse in the 50s. I mean, there's a treehouse, climb the tree, and you're in. All right, guys, I'm going to end it there. And I want to say thank you for everybody being on. The guys just clicked off Zoom because it's limited time, so they're not able to hear their voice. But I want to say, for you guys listening, thank you for listening. And I'll just give you a couple updates. We're doing the Pattaya Summit on the 28th, right? So today is the 13th. And we can answer any questions there. So that's another 15 days from now. There'll be the Pattaya Summit, which is near Bangkok. Fly to Bangkok, get your ticket, contact me. Everything's going to work out. and it's easy breezy. We got a cheap hotel with free breakfast. If you share a room with a guy, 2 beds, $10 each, all you can eat breakfast included. Cannot fucking beat it. So that's coming up in 15 days. If you can afford it, fly to Bangkok. And then hoping to get a summit in California or nearby while I'm there. And then coming back here for the Phnom Penh Summit, which would probably be something around April, May, June. And I already got a message from a couple guys who were like, fuck yeah. So there you go. So I want to say, I hope that's been useful. I've tried to break it down as simple as I can. Feel free to ask questions. But if you're serious about moving, I would say come to one of the summits. Just come. Get a ticket. Just come. It'll be a life-changing experience. It will be. You'll love it. So thanks for being there, guys. Thanks for just fucking having a similar mindset. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoy all the ideas I get back from you guys. So thank you. Yeah. All right. Take it easy.